Welcome back, frenemies. Episode 53, 757 Talk here. Coming in to talk Fear the Turtle. It's really the title of this local episode here. But I really want to go into our kind of party question for our league. I'm excited. What's our question, Kamish, in the bacon costume?
I was going to say, we can adjust the bacon in the room here.
Can't address the bacon in the room here.
Yeah, so I lost a bet. If you didn't watch the main podcast, I lost a bet for Juju Smith-Schuster, and now I have to wear a bacon costume. So, yeah, We've done that already.
And then if
Fun
you guys,
episode being in a bacon costume.
And for the fans that were missing Ryan in the last episode, he is back. He is with us.
Ryan doesn't know football, guys. I don't got time for this stuff anymore.
He's 2-6 or something like that, or I don't know. In our league.
We'll get into that a little bit later, but something exciting happened with Ryan's team.
All right, so party question. Hit it, bacon.
All right, so
Sizzle it for me.
we thought it's been a while since we've gone into these kind of funny, little questions about our league mates, and we thought, who want what?
I'll do an Australian accent.
Who would you most want to be stranded with on a deserted island?
Deserted island, not a desert island, or
Not a deserted island, a deserted
island. So we were thinking about we're all going to choose one, but what we're going to do is we're going to list all of our guys
and just come up with how the situation
how
would
it
play
would
out.
work out. This might be 90% of the podcast, but I think it'll be kind of fun.
All right, well, start us off there with Phil, Chris.
Okay. Oh, help me out here, guys. All right, Philly, my man. Deserted island. What would be the benefits? I like what Ryan said earlier off air. Could you please say that? You got to say it, not me.
You can outrun Phil when Phil gets eaten by the bear.
So he was
good.
Yeah, on the
potentially
bear.
Ryan's choice for
Well, bears aren't typically on an island, but it could happen. Running around in
whatever
there.
animal is chasing you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Phil gave me some extra shade this week, so I'm just dishing it back.
Yeah, I think Phil would be great for a good one-on-one beach volleyball game in the sand. I think that would be his biggest contribution to being on
He's
the
probably
deserted island.
under key a really good hugger too, a good cuddler.
Yes, staying warm at
Oh, that's
nights on
true.
cold
Yeah.
nights. I call Little Spoon, obviously. That's what I would go there. So Phil's thing would be cuddling because he would be
Hugging,
warm.
comfort.
He
Yes,
would definitely be.
He would very much contribute that.
and good beach volleyball.
But Leroyce
Ooh,
probably
okay.
takes the first place in
Ooh.
that category.
for
I don't
cuddling.
know. For
I
cuddling.
just feel like I've never been hugged. I've never been hugged by Leroyce, but I can imagine it just being transformative.
It's it would change your world. Just
It's just hold me, Leroyce.
I just see Leroyce and you the Titanic scene, just staring off. So
Yeah.
you and Leroyce on
You're
deserted
off the
island.
edge of the boat, and
Yeah.
he's holding you.
Exactly.
You're over there hopelessly crying because you're stuck on an island, and Leroyce would just wrap you up in his arms, we'll be okay. You feel like you're all right.
Exactly.
You can conquer anything.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. I want to talk about, I'm going to put a combo here with David and Mike,
Okay, the pastors.
the Pasek. So we would just pray our way off the island.
Well, they wouldn't need to eat anything because they could just fast the whole
They
time.
can fast the whole time.
There
They
you
built
go.
up their fasting.
Oh, okay.
abilities.
They would-
That's
they would
superpower they possess.
Yeah, they would pray us right through the thing.
Okay.
They would be, they will pray manna down from heaven. I don't know. I don't think they had the Old Testament power that way, but we would do they would pray a plane to find us.
Exactly.
That probably would happen with those two guys.
Yeah, exactly.
And then to combo again here, let's do Joe and Tim.
This is
our
probably the
two
smartest
PTs.
guys you want to be stuck with.
Yeah, these would have been some of the top options for sure. I mean, Tim, I don't know Joe as well, but according to you, he's pretty handy himself.
He's a
so
very handy man. Builds
So-
a ton of things. Yeah.
They'd be those, super resourceful guys. I feel like if you need to, figure out how to do something, just turn to one of them.
Yeah.
Good to go.
We can go Gilligan's Island mode with those guys. We can actually stay there for a minute and we can actually make a life out there.
build a
Tim
raft
and-
and get back
yeah.
to civilization.
Tim and Joe.
Yeah. Now, if
Pretty
it's
good.
depending if it's a cannibalistic island, probably going with you.
With me, it's
Yeah.
because I'm bacon.
Now we just threw in a whole curveball here. Can we just?
was
You
gonna-
threw in
He's nice.
cannibals on the
I don't-
island.
I'm sorry, I don't see you being able to just kill somebody. For him, I could be all right, Sean and I, let's
Sean's
go.
a cold-blooded
I'm the one
killer.
who would kill someone.
If it's a war,
This
you're-
man was in the military. He actually.
I've captured Iranian pirates and shot plenty of guns, but it's all right. I don't.
who are you?
Nothing big.
telling you, there's a secret life of Chris that we'll never known.
Did you just?
No, I'm not Jack Bauer.
I know. That's what I.
Let's talk. Let's talk.
But look
on
at it.
YouTube, right where
Let's,
you want to have this conversation.
Let's say this. I wouldn't probably be resourceful to make an arrow or a shiv out there and anything, but I would agree that the cold-blooded killer is probably Sean. Man in a bacon
Apparently not.
costume.
No, we're
I've
pivoting off of
never
that now.
killed anyone. No. So let's just make that clear. But, you know,
I
if
feel
there's
like-
no guns on the island, then it probably wouldn't be that well for you.
Did you have a life transformative experience after getting
they
out of
just-
the military?
No, they
and
just-
then just turn into Santa
I was just always a
minus
nice
the
guy.
physique, but
I was just,
Oh, jeez.
oh, man.
I wasn't saying no. It's
Say-
minus the physique. You don't have the physique of Santa Claus.
All right, I try to hide my belly in the YouTube here, but no. I was always a nice guy. They just taught me how to shoot a lot of guns because I was usually kind of calm and cool
Let me answer this for me.
under pressure.
Can you turn it on? Like if you have to.
It takes a lot to turn it on.
Okay.
It takes a lot to get a mean streak.
But
in
being on a deserted island might turn it
Will
on.
that do it for you?
me. Oh yeah,
Okay.
Chris might be on
I
the
want to see
running.
this. I want to see this show.
but
Survivor of our league.
but pivot back. I don't know what other resources I would provide outside of maybe a good laugh.
You're also probably very good cuddler.
No, I like being the little spoon. I'd rather be cuddled.
Somebody's got to
cuddled.
be the little spoon.
it's true.
Yeah.
So
All right, so with
Okay.
Ryan, I'll take Ryan here. I
Ooh.
think that Ryan would be like, if there's anyone, you talked about other people on the island, I'd want him to just fight them off. I don't want
That's
to deal
true.
with
Like
that crap.
you would,
Like
I
you would,
Your
you'd
switch
take
is
them
always
down.
on.
You'd be planning the assault to get
Right.
get control of their camp.
yeah.
They'd
Also,
have-
like determination. Like I feel like if we need
Yeah.
someone headstrong, this man will
So if-
lead us into the battle.
so if it's not a deserted island, let's say we go into
I
some
like
place.
this, man. You just made my day.
We go to an island where there's a tribe there
That's what I'm here for,
locally, right? And then we turn them into our little army after we defeat their rulers. You can teach them hand-to-hand combat and things like that. Then we would have our own little army.
You know what you're talking like right now?
right? What?
A Green Beret. Exactly what they do. I really think there's a secret life to this guy that we just don't
There
know.
is no secret life on that end. No.
Wow.
Anyways, let's talk Daniel. Ooh,
Daniel.
the other
Andy has
Kalana.
military experience too.
That's true.
He was a riverine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Not a bad option there.
So he would roll up on people with
Whoa, who?
on the boat. Andy.
Oh, I was talking Daniel. I was like, what Daniel is?
No.
No,
he's moved
Andy.
on to Andy.
Andy with that's
He's a
actually
riverine.
probably way
pretty VA.
more resourceful for an island being a riveriner.
Pretty
Yeah.
VA.
That's how we riveriner. I
Yeah.
can't remember.
So
That's pretty cool there.
yeah.
All right, what about Daniel?
Ooh, Andy is a pretty good
Turtles.
pick there, actually.
Yeah.
Shout out to Soul Juice.
Yeah.
That's actually a great pick. I'm picking. I'm
The turtle. So do the accountant
Turtle.
skills don't really translate to
you know,
the.
he'll be able to count the berries and the twigs and divide it up between the camp really good.
He'll be in charge of our finance or whatever our system is that's running on the island.
See, if we had to like start, and again, we're blowing this way out of proportion, but start like our own little like utopian government, I would vote Daniel to be like the ruler. Because he would be
The
like,
ruler?
Yeah, he'd
Okay.
be like such a straight
I'm not going that
shooter,
far. I love you, Daniel. But
and he'll be able to understand the economics of the things running, but he's kind of like
He won't take himself too seriously.
yeah, he's a no BS type of guy. Like he's like, yes, no, you're dumb. Like, and he'll get things going.
I'd be cool with Daniel, except for he ignored me at our draft party.
I was gonna say there's a
I
little bit
kept
of beef
saying
going
jokes. I
on. Used
kept
to be best
saying-
friends, and now
Oh
and then
man,
he keeps calling me out in the chat, man. I thought we were,
all right.
thought you were in it together, down at the bottom.
yeah, down at the bottom, but no.
He's
And I said jokes, and I kept looking over at him, targeting him with my jokes, like ha ha ha. Nothing. Not even looking.
It's like ghosting you the whole time,
Yeah.
just ghosting there.
Ex-lovers.
All right, excellent. Oh man, so there's I think one guy, and I know because I talked about my brother and David together
Yeah.
here. There's one dude.
How would Morgan fare on this?
Where would Morgan fare?
So
Oh, man.
this is where I think Morgan
That's a
comes in.
dang good man, though,
Yeah.
to be on an island
This-
with. Yeah.
This is where I think he would
You
come
know what?
in.
He's got. Oh, after you.
Go.
I'll wait.
The positivity, man.
I was about to say, never a boring moment.
I was gonna say he would keep you so just this could be the worst situation, and he'd be like, "We got this. We're gonna go out. We're gonna dance to some stuff. We're gonna put on our cowboy boots or whatever." I just remember just to throw this back. We used to work.
making music with coconuts.
We used to work together doing sanding floors, and I'm gonna be honest. I know you know this, Morgan, but you were not that great at sanding floors. But I loved having you there.
Sweats more than me. He sweats.
I loved having him there because it was, if nothing else, it was the moral support and the work ethic. The man
Yeah.
just always was
Yeah.
there, picking up the
survive.
slack wherever it needs to be picked up.
Yeah.
And he just, he keeps the that positive energy. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would
Which
survive.
it's important, man. You need to have that.
I would
Otherwise,
pick Morgan up on like my island pickup basketball team as well. I think he's a pretty good post player. So just looking at ways to entertain myself in the island to be, he would definitely make it easy. We would die, with a laugh. We might not be able to do anything there, but we'd be funny to the last breath.
Morgan, I have so just 3 things that just came up just as a result of you saying that, and I'll run through them very briefly. One, I have this memory of Morgan sanding floors and sweating all over like a puddle around himself.
which is a no-no. When you're sanding
Right.
a floor, if you get moisture on it, then it ruins what you've just sanded. So.
yeah,
Oh,
and
that's
he was
bad.
trying to sand up his sweat
And
as
sweating
he was,
more.
and there was no stopping it. It was just a continuous
forever-
cycle, of just like cleaning up his sweat. Hilarious. 2, I remember you mentioned basketball. I was at an Over Christian game one time. The whole stadium erupted. Morgan, when they put him in. Like,
Off the
all
bench.
and this is he was on James McAdoo's team. So this was when scouts were there. Everyone was there coming to see like I'm sorry, Morgan.
Overshadowed by James is understandable. An
And the
NBA
whole
player.
stadium, Morgan, just amazing. 3rd, Morgan has picked up a new talent in Florida. He's more of a survivor man than he's ever been. He's out there like underwater, like spearfishing.
Yeah,
Oh, that's true.
That's
Wow.
True. That's
So Morgan's a top rank pick here.
I
Yeah.
did not
So-
know about the spearfishing.
He's more than just the goofy jokes.
Honestly, like
he'd be able to meal prep you. He'd be able to come up with a mean meal prep.
Also, I know firsthand, very good cuddler.
we could actually have a
Don't leave him out of the cuddling.
good
conversation.
good little community. If like our whole league was on an island, I think we could function. We could
I think
function
so.
really well.
We've got most of what we need. I think.
Yeah, we would have to vote for like our ruler between David and Daniel. I feel like there'd be like a brotherly rivalry, but we have no TV, so we'll have
We
that
could
as
just,
drama.
well, it's an
to
island.
watch.
There's no rules. We could have them fight to the death.
That they would entertain us in between there. Yeah, we have a little. Yeah.
All right. Well.
Anyways, that was long, but I loved that.
Sorry if you're not in our league and that wasn't entertaining at all, but you get to
10
know
other-
the guys a little bit more.
to 9 listeners outside of us, so if you wanted to listen to that.
Yeah. All right, so let's go on to the state of the league here, and we'll go to the reason this is Fear the Turtles episode. Tidewater Turtles, man, you have done it again, and I can never find
I
your
like
drop.
turtles.
I love turtles. So awesome.
He beat another team that was ranked up above him. He had 2 straight weeks of top 4 guys, and then now he played your brother.
Yeah.
and knocked him off. Turtles. He's technically not out of the playoff race. Like
No, it's
he can
really tight down there for that,
Yeah.
that 5-6 spot. Well, everyone else behind him is still in range.
Yeah, it's very possible that he could make the playoffs.
And that would make you look good because you liked him preseason.
I did,
And this
but then
is
it's been
oof.
rough. But
So this could make you look like you knew it the whole time.
yeah, exactly. And then
Can you play the drop? Play the drop.
goodness.
Yes. Somehow Sean, I beat Sean. That was the music for Hallelujah. I told him that my turnaround was going to happen on him this week. I want to bet, so he's got
Kinda
another
rough.
bet to own up to. It's going to be non-bacon related.
Yeah,
But but you know what? How do I beat him? Yet Sean moves up in the rankings.
yeah, that
there.
was my little cherry on top there, silver lining that I was excited about. Daniel releases the rankings, and I'm like, what the heck? I went up. I lost this week, and I go up. That's because
there.
Tim lost, and then I think that put him below me, and I might have beat him in a head-to-head or something.
Yeah.
And so now, no, he beat me in a head-to-head, but it was just enough that I got that half a win. He didn't get the half a win. I got the half a win because 2 straight weeks now I played somebody who scored 130 points, and I scored over 120, but it wasn't freaking enough.
Yeah. Oh, another little
Not
thing.
bitter at all.
Back to our deserted island thing.
That's a bitter piece of
So,
bacon.
David, don't score
Yeah.
130 points this week against me. I can't handle it.
Turtle there. Yeah, Daniel's pretty good with that spreadsheet. I think that would be a great thing as we start our island colony together. He's pretty good with the math.
He'd be like, Ryan, your wood gathering production is low. I need you to go back out.
Nope. You've been falling down 2% each week. All right. But let's talk about the other Kalana, David. He suffers a devastating loss to some
Yeah,
guy at the
it was-
bottom of our league.
It was, pretty. I feel like this is what was going on in David's head.
Where are you? I'm in a glass case of emotion.
David was, he was
man.
tilting for sure.
Yeah, so much, man.
That game was, okay, so like the game, Monday night game, which decided it between Ryan and David it was a great game. But I had just as much fun watching this matchup that just kept going back and forth between Ryan and David. Because for those of you who aren't in our league, Ryan is terrible this year, and he has only won one game, and he's so terrible that he doesn't even care and didn't even put a full starting lineup in. He had 2 guys on bye. Phil called him out. We'll get to that drama later. And then he goes out and, last second after getting called out. So, David, you can thank Phil for this because he went out and picked up somebody. Who did he pick up?
Who did you pick up?
Debo Samuel.
Debo Samuel.
Oh, Debo
Which
Samuel.
is not bad, but you usually don't start a Debo guy.
Well,
he's
Debo
a
had
dynasty league
his career game
Yeah.
against David, and it came down to literally the last DK Metcalf reception there that put him 0.5 over David just to beat David. So
I went up to
What's up?
console David after that loss, man. He was not, he could not believe that. He's like, are you kidding me? He picks up the one guy he could pick up on a waiver wire, and his receivers literally get him a half point enough to beat me.
Yep.
Yeah.
With all those guys on a bye.
You never know. Any
I was
given
fanning
Sunday.
Pickers for the week. See, I actually didn't know that. I didn't see that the guys were on bye. I looked at Sleeper. Somehow I missed it.
This is defense.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't paying enough attention, obviously.
Well, you
but,
have to defend here because you were accused of tanking by the great tanker himself.
all that I have to say, because here's the thing. I could defend myself, but I tried to do that already. Like, bench my guys, and Sleeper Bot kept putting them back in. So all I have to say to that is it takes one to know one.
But Phil, for accusing him, he confessed that he tried, but the Sleeper app is so great that it will not let you just leave spots open with active bench.
Yeah, so just as a PSA, we'll take an aside here and try to talk about this a little bit. I think that in our league, do you think we should make it a rule that you have to fill a starting roster? Because it will come into play a lot of things. Like, I had a week that I almost didn't start a kicker because it wasn't worth it for me to drop a player and pick up a kicker. So it's kind of a debate we're going to have in the offseason. I thought maybe we could just, start the talk.
I think
here,
it's
but-
different if it's a kicker
okay.
compared to other positional players. Like, you got to plan a bench, right? You
Okay.
got to plan that correctly. You got to do the waivers. Yes, you might drop a guy you're trying to hold on forever. But when you get into the bye week side, you have to play that waiver that way.
Yeah.
Because even if... Because in our league, listen up, guys, we're supposed to be skilled enough to run this little tightrope.
Yeah.
So when it comes to flex and even the tight end spot, receiver, running back, QB, you've got to put somebody there.
I think you do just to create fairness amongst the people that are trying to make it into the playoffs.
And on
so
your
if you get a
defense-
matchup against
yeah.
somebody that's not putting a startup lineup in, then you're going to automatically get your win to get into the playoffs, and it starts to be a
It
bad
doesn't.
look.
Because unless Ryan does that to everybody that he plays and gives them a dub, then okay, we're all fair. But if he does that
But
here or
apparently,
there-
the secret sauce for Ryan to win a game is to not fill a starting lineup because he won this week.
But then, like the kicker thing, you're with the Jake Seeley camp of hashtag ban kickers. So
I don't know. We
leaving
could
a
do
spot, I
something like
understand
that. I don't know. We'll hash it out over the offseason here. But I would say for the end of this season here, just do your best to fill some type of lineup
It's
in there.
almost like you're able to understand. You know when a guy's deliberately trying to do it.
Yeah.
And and stuff like that. So that's ones I would
And
call
I think
out.
that's Ryan's defense. He didn't deliberately do it this time, but
Right.
it just so
If you-
happened
I don't
he
know.
wasn't
It
paying
was
attention.
a moment of weakness. And to be honest, I don't think I was going to go into Sunday like that. I was
Yeah.
just more like,
When
like
Phil-
it was just having a moment.
Yeah. when Phil brought it up in the app, I was like, who's tanking? Like, I was not aware of anyone trying to tank in our league. Like, who's, because he didn't
Yeah.
list the name, and I had to look through the lineups, and then we were talking. I was like, who's he talking about?
Oh, I knew who he was talking about.
Oh, I had
already
no
looked and
idea.
saw him, and I was
oh,
like, I was kind of
Ryan.
upset too because I was like, David loses, then he doesn't come up and jump me, and so so I was hardcore rooting for Ryan. Sorry, David.
All right, so last year we got a sniper on our hands, Tim.
Yeah, what the heck, Tim? How the heck did you know that?
It's like, did you know Brian Hill was going to
Just one of those shots you take on your bench. So in our league, Brian Hill, for who's not in our league, that was the big pickup this week.
Yeah, for the Falcons.
For the Falcons, Devonta Freeman's out.
Fourth string running back or
Yeah.
something like that.
And for some reason, I think on Saturday, Tim decides to slip him on his bench. So then I go to look at the waiver wire, and sure enough, the top waiver wire pickup is not available this week because Tim is smarty pants and picked him up already.
He's a smart guy.
And he's doing it like right when you can add him, and he doesn't have to like sometimes drop anybody.
Yeah.
Him and Leroyce are like great at that. Like,
Yeah.
I get up, free agent move. I'm like, what? What did you just do? And I feel like I'm always a step behind with that. I'm like, man, they're outsmarting me over there. But anyway, so that's really our 757 talk, man.
I almost forgot I was wearing bacon. That's how fun it was.
That was fun. I wasn't staring at you at the bacon there. I was just thinking about our island colony that we're about to start with our fantasy league.
I mean, we didn't really get into how I could be helpful, but you could eat me, so like a cannibal would be right.
Yeah. Well, he was like fight cannibals, and then you turned it around and think I was like some Jack Ryan, like extraordinary, killer
You don't
secret
know
agent
people,
guy.
man. You really just don't know people.
Yeah. See, I wouldn't. The only thing I would probably add is just like a good attitude and some laughs. Like, you tell me to go do something, I'll probably go do it. I might do it wrong, especially if it's manual labor. Like, oh, I didn't know I was supposed to connect those parts.
I don't know.
You
I
would
just-
help out with the handyman side from
It's
it.
true. I have a manual labor job, so I've
There you
picked
go.
up some skills in that department.
Yes. And you, according to him, would kill cannibals.
Yep.
So
Or they would eat me.
they would eat you. Yes. We would just toss you and run.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just for my cannibal killing, I need somebody who's shifty, man. And
Okay.
I know I played football with him. He's shifty.
Shifty.
All right.
He's shifty and he's strong. So
But that's what we got. We've got defeating cannibals on an island and a bunch of fun drama this past week in our local league.
we could have that whole conversation over again, but in a serious way, and I would have like more fun. You know what I'm saying? Like this time we do it for real. Like, okay, this guy's gonna do this. This guy's gonna do this. This is how it
we
goes.
had like
I could
a chart
actually have
out
that
there
conversation.
and showing
All right.
maps
Well,
of an island.
I don't want to edit until midnight. So before Ryan continues on that, thanks for listening, guys. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week.
All right. Deuces, Tim.